Hey friends, Jeff from Bygone Classics back with an unbelievable 1971 Oldsmobile 442 convertible. This car was treated to a frame-off restoration that is among the best I've ever seen in my life. This video is going to focus just on the undercarriage of the car, and I'm going to ask folks to take a look at the photographs or just general undercarriage photos, as this video is going to really hone in on the details. The restorer is an Oldsmobile fanatic who went to great lengths to mimic things that were done at the factory. Let's start right out of the gate with the gas tank straps. So most of the time in the aftermarket, you're going to see straps that are either painted gray or black. These are actually galvanized straps, as they would have come from down the factory assembly line. Notice things like the body plug caulk. Now, original caulk was scraped out from the car, and a custom color was mixed for this caulk to best mimic the color that the caulk was originally. This was a Tennessee car. Its entire life, spent a little time in Florida, and then went into climate-controlled ownership in Wisconsin, and was driven for a few summers prior to undergoing the frame-off restoration. But again, detail after detail. And notice too, this isn't a crusty frame. Tennessee car, so everything is nice. So this is an original panel car as well. The car had very little to no rust when it underwent the restoration. Again, tags and correct lines. Look at things like this, the correct plating color on different hangers. You don't just buy your kit and they come that color. That all has to be done, folks, to, again, best replicate what was done at the factory. Again, correct bolt heads. The SC marking. Notice that I believe it was the son of the original owner, added the W27 cover, as well as some performance upgrades on the motor that we'll talk about in another video. But again, folks, no stone left unturned. Of course, this car has spiral shocks. You can see in the photographs of the wheels, the back of the wheels has the correct green overspray into the black that so many folks forget about when they're restoring cars. They mask them off. That's not correct. The green or the body color would have shown through on the back side. Body mount bushings. We get into the floors. These floors are original, ladies and gents. And again, the owner who did the restoration did their best to mimic how the Lansing plant sprayed their floors. You're going to notice a lot more black in the middle, and it sort of fades out to body color along the edges. More of that correct plating, correct clips. Car also has its born with drivetrain, engine, transmission, and rear end. We go into the front end. And GM calipers. You can see in other photos and right on through, we've got the original grooved rotor still on this car. All right, I'm going to come out to the front and spin around. I may mention this in another video, but notice too that all the bumper bolts are correct, replated original GM bolts. They're the flat ones, not the ones, the reproductions have a much more pronounced crown to them. The devil's in the details, ladies and gents. This car scored 989 out of 1,000 at the Oldsmobile Nationals. And quite honestly, 9 of those 11 points were nonsense. It was like wax buildup, dirt on a white letter, weird stuff. So honestly, the car lost 2 points, and I'll show you in another video. It's because the restorer decided to use an original piece of trim rather than the reproduction, because the reproduction doesn't fit quite perfectly. And so they were nicked for having a piece of trim that showed a little bit of wear. Otherwise, ladies and gents, you are looking at a 1,000 point car. As we start working our way back, I'll go ahead and start zooming out a little bit. Random markings were reproduced from what was on the car and visible on the car. So if you see a marking, a paint dab, it's because the owner saw it and took incredible detailed photos to reproduce things. Notice little things like the axle housing being a slightly different shade than the tube. That is how Oldsmobile did it. More of those flat bumper bolts here on the back. Original front and rear bumpers that have been re-chromed. I can go on and on and on, and I will in other videos. But ladies and gentlemen, if having a showstopper in your collection is what you're looking for out of a 442 convertible, look no further. This is a 1 year only lime green car, white interior, an incredibly cool history with gobs and gobs of provenance, broadcast sheet, original sales invoice, window sticker, protecto plate, maintenance log since new. The car is everything an Olds enthusiast would want for their collection, and it has earned the accolades to go with it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out, and we will be posting additional videos as we're able to get them finished. Thank you so much, friends. Have a terrific day.